Hello, everyone. This is Francis. It's been a little while, and this is a very important day for me because I want to pay tribute to one of the most powerful mentor I've ever had, and his name is Bob Proctor. And I also want to talk about the biggest power that you have. And I also commit to spend more time with you. I think that 2021 was a very special year for me, a lot of transformation, internal transformation, and I want to give you much more of my passion to you and all of the things that I've learned that I truly think can help you, because I don't think that we should suffer as much as we do right now. So the reason why I wanted to make this message to you is because Bob Proctor is so inspirational, and I was thinking, if I were Bob Proctor, what type of message would I leave? And I invite you to listen and watch to this video for yourself. And so what I mean by that is that if I mention Bob Proctor, or if I mention my name, watch it about you. Not me, not Bob Proctor. Yes, of course, Bob Proctor is an amazing guy, but watch it about you. So what does that mean? If you're watching a movie, and one of the ones that I've watched lately, that was Secretariat. That's a horse movie, and in that there's a character, and the woman is really struggling to invite her husband to be along the journey. And that's not easy for her. She really has to be alone for a while until obviously the horse is winning. The point is that you can watch this movie and say that was entertaining, or you're like, where else in my life am I feeling alone in the journey, and I have to be me, and I have to trust myself and love myself and go for myself, stand for myself. So you can watch this movie this way, or you can watch it for you. So that's my invitation that I wanted to start with. So Bob Proctor, what would Bob Proctor say to you? I think Bob Proctor, one of the things that I will always remember is that when I joined this program, Thinking into Result, years after that I decided, or years prior that I decided to join, there was a little pamphlet, and that on that pamphlet it said, create your own economy. And I found this pamphlet the day that I decided to join. And Bob was very, very adamant at saying that you create your economy, you create your conditions. You have the choice, and I like to say you either wait or you create. And what that means is that we have been trained by our subconscious when we're young to grab all the information from our parents, from the society, from the TV, from everything, and it was all coming from senses, and it was not coming from us. It was right into the subconscious. And so what that means is that we learned over time that by looking at a report, that could be our grades, that could be the business financial statements, the bank account, whatever that is, we judge ourselves, our value, based on what we see, we hear, we smell, we do everything. But the most successful people in the world, that's not how they live their life. The way they live their life is that they create everything inside first. They don't wait for things to come. They don't look at their circumstance. They know that they're going to create the circumstances. They create a partner. They create the opportunity. They have no excuse about time or money. They're going to find a way. And so essentially what that is that you are the greatest power there is. You are the greatest miracle. The problem is that right now, and for many of us, we've been conditioned to really just pay attention to what we see, what we smell, like I said. And here's one thing that I will validate absolutely what I said. There are some people that looked at how the brain is processing the information. You'd be amazed. Of 11 million bits of information every second that your body sends to your brain. Guess how much is retained or processed by the conscious mind? It's 11 millions of bits per second. That's just coming. And by the way, out of the 11 million bits, there's 10 million bits per second that are coming from your eyes. That's crazy, right? So that's why TV is a very good way to program yourself, because it's all visual. And then the second one is the skin. And I thought that's the feeling, the touch. So of course we remember these things, and the rest is almost irrelevant. So 91% of all the information that we gather on a second by second is all processed through the eyes. This is programming. This is why Bob would say, have a picture in your mind of what you want to achieve. Have it a picture and feel that it's already accomplished. Have it in your mind. And that's how you can create your economy. That's how you can create your life. So that's the best power of creation that we have. That's just amazing. And so I'll speak more about that in future videos, because what I'm noticing is that imagine the amount of information that's available right now. How good is that information that we receive on a daily basis? And we can think about all the subjects. And I know that some of the subjects are the ones that controlled your life for the last 2 years, or not. Because some people are able to pivot no matter what circumstances they have, right? I was just watching or listening the other day something about nutrition. And this woman was talking about the fact that meat is good. And she was bashing everything about, the people that are more vegan or whatnot. And then I thought, this is interesting. Because months before, years before, we would have said, oh, vegan is great. And this woman comes with new information, and now she's saying, that's not true. So who's right? Who's right? I mean, really, depending on the perception, depending on what we see, what we hear, it could change the whole thing. So now I think we need to have more love, more compassion in this world, because who has that information? Did you know that you can have two things that are true at the same time? I mean, I can show you a book and you see the cover and there's something written on the cover. There's nothing written on my cover, the back cover, and you will argue that there's something written, and I'm going to say, no, it's not. And then you'll be right and I'm right too. It's just a different angle. It's a different perception. So whatever information that's available right now on the TV is a tiny, tiny little thing about everything that you can do and that you can create. So as the best tribute that Bob would say is that you control you. You don't let any circumstances, any challenges control you. And that also means, and now I'm gonna paraphrase something from Wayne Dyer's. He said, when you start to pay too much attention to what people are thinking of you, you're essentially saying that what people are thinking of you is more important of what you think of yourself. Does that make sense? Who lives your life? Is that you or the other people? So who cares about what the other people are thinking of you? First of all, they're not even thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. So why should we pay attention to that and crush our dreams, crush the possibilities, crush everything while we are creator? We can create our relationship, we can create our economy, we can create the love, and that's all starts with your being. That starts with you. You can create yourself every day, and it's possible. I talk about it 3 times a week in the Facebook group called Thinking into Results, or Reawaken Results. The point is that I think that I'm so grateful for the fact that Bob taught me how to never pay attention to the external circumstances that we know now, our senses, like everything. Never be controlled by that. We control everything from the inside. Thoughts are producing your being. And everything, all you're doing is out of your being, which started from your thoughts. So it's not the other way around. You have your thought that you generate. It creates something possible. And then out of that emotion, you have a different behavior, and that creates a result. So don't let your result dictating who you are, because you are a miracle. You are amazing. You have the greatest gift, the gift of choosing what type of life you want. And I think that's what Bob would tell us right now. So many great things that he told us. So thank you, Bob. I know that you wanted to live until at least 100. And I also know he died at 87. I also know that he left a legacy and that he was okay with dying because he lived his life fully. He played this game of life fully. And that's what I intend to do. That's what I wish you. And I promise, like I said, I commit to spend more time with you It's about being big. It's about not letting anything control us. We choose, and we don't blame anyone but ourselves, because we have the power of creation. You either wait or you create. I love you. And I love you, Bob.